I'm Nick Seco from HomeRight Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState, all powered by HomeRight Windows and Doors in Waynesboro. The right choice online at homerightwaynesboro.com. I know everybody is looking at me and thinking, wow, Katie, your hair looks so good today. And I really appreciate all those comments. And it is because of this lady right here, who is, we have Katie Statler from Roots Hair Design in Marion. And Katie, first of all, thank you for finally coming in and doing this interview with me. I've had to beg you to essentially come in and do this with me.
Yes.
And I am so happy that you're here because you know how much I love Roots. I want to first start by giving a little bit of my backstory with how I found you and how we've become friends. So you guys are celebrating 15 years in business.
Yes, we are.
And I've been there since the beginning.
Yes.
Do you remember the first time that we met?
Yes.
You had it, was it an open house?
Yes, it was for our first Christmas.
Yes, and I came, Tiny was there as well.
Yes.
And I was so impressed with you, the girls, the shop, that we just struck up this friendship and just kept coming back. And then fast forward 5 years later, I moved down to Virginia.
Yes, and you still drove to see me.
Drove all the way up from Winchester to Marion to see you to get my hair done, because I think that really speaks volumes for you and your salon and how wonderful I think you guys are. You guys do such a good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So first, let's talk a little bit about Roots. You celebrated 15 years. Congratulations.
Yes, we did. The beginning of May. It was 15 years.
How did you come up with the idea? What made you think, okay, I want to go and start my own salon?
Just as a stylist in general, I wanted to have a place that I enjoyed working. And when you work with women, it can be a little rough. And so I wanted to create a space that everyone wanted to come to work and they enjoyed each other, and create a family feel that you appreciate each other, help each other, and everybody pitches in and gets the job done, whether it's your client or not.
And you started with 4. How many employees do you have now?
There's 14 of us.
It's amazing.
There are 14 of us. And when we celebrated 15 years, I posted each of the girls on our Facebook page. So it's a great place to just go look and see who is currently there and who are the stylists that have been with me for a very long time. I mean, I have some that have been with me. Well, Kathy, our esthetician who does facials, she has been with me pretty much since the beginning. It was just a few months after we opened, she came on board. So she's at like 14 and a half years that she's been with me. Ashley's right behind her with 14 years. I mean, I have some longevity, some girls that have really helped create the roots of the salon and made it what it is. So
for the
fun. But truly, I mean, that's what it takes to have, loyal clients and continuing to bring in new guests, and the girls continue to get referrals, and they just grow. So,
what do you think sets there are so many different places you could go in the Tri-State to get your hair done.
Right.
Why Roots?
I do feel, going back to the family atmosphere that we have, I think that Clients come in and they will say to us different times, like, you all get along so well. And, they just love coming in and chatting and being a part of the fun. And we do have fun. And, so often people say, find something to do that's a career that doesn't make you feel like it's working. And we have so much fun together every day. I mean, sometimes we laugh a little too much and a little too hard, but we get the job done. And I think that's what makes clients choose us too.
Absolutely.
They have fun when they're there.
And because when you get your hair done, for some women especially, it can take 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're spending time in an environment
Yes.
that you're enjoying.
Yes.
And I can definitely tell now, I've been there from the beginning, but when I go in there, everybody's happy. It's just a very bright place to be. Everybody's having a great time. And you said earlier, everybody pitching in. I primarily work with you because
Right.
I've known you forever.
Right.
And we have that relationship. But if you're busy, someone else will wash my hair or
Right.
do color or whatever.
Right.
And nobody ever complains.
Right.
Ever. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And you guys have really grown from just being a salon to offering other services.
Yes.
What are some services that you currently have?
Again, I mentioned we have Kathy. She does skincare,
I love
everything skincare for us. And so she's been there 14 and a half years and just grown and added so many. I mean, from chemical peels, Regenerate, she has microdermabrasion. She just continues to add her services as well beyond hair. And we don't currently have a massage therapist, but I'm working on that. So I'm hoping that very soon we can
that'd
make
be
the announcement.
That'd
Yes.
be great if you could work on that.
Yes, yes, we are working on that. So hopefully, we've been without a massage therapist for about a year, so we're dying to get one back in there. But yeah, we also have lash extensions that we have 2 girls that do that for us, and so I feel like anything hair that you need,
Are you still doing pedicures?
We no longer do nails.
Okay.
Nope, we do not do nails anymore. We did for a long time, but I had 6 stations for a very long time, and I had the need for 2 more hair stations, and so nails kind of had to go to the side.
Absolutely.
But those 2 stations are used all the time, so it's well worth it to.
And waxing?
We do waxing as well, facial waxing, and any kind of conditioning treatments that you need. All color services. We take care of anything from blonding to richening up your hair just with a glaze. So. All color services.
I think too, I want to talk about Kathy for a second.
Yeah.
I love Kathy. I think she has a really interesting story. Was she in banking prior?
Kathy
was corporate.
has been, yes, she has been in the corporate world for a very long time. And she chose kind of as a retirement job to start doing facials. And she just loves it. And it's amazing to watch her over the last 14 years evolve into what she has now, because she's constantly looking. I mean, it's just like color. Products are changing all the time, and the services that are available for your skin and, anything new, she is on top of it.
She really does a good job keeping up with she's always telling me about conferences that
Yes,
she's attending
yes,
and different
shows,
yes.
classes. She's always learning and she's always growing. And
she's amazing.
Yes, I wouldn't want anyone else in that spot.
I love Kathy because I feel like and all of you girls do this. When I've worked with her quite a few times, facials and other things, and she did the skin firming. Is that what it was?
The smooth sculpt.
That's what it was.
Yes, she also has smooth sculpting.
That was a long time ago, but I felt like when I worked with her, like I do with all the girls, it's so personalized.
Yes.
It's really about my skin, me, my body, everything. Like she just really takes that into consideration.
Yes.
And she's extremely knowledgeable.
Yes.
Very knowledgeable.
That's why I said she's always researching.
Yes.
She is, I mean, when she finds something that she loves, if she starts it and she finds that there's a better product out there, she will make a change and add the better service to her menu. So she is just always growing.
And having a licensed esthetician, that's something that's a little different. I don't know how many places actually have a licensed esthetician.
I think a lot of them do have to have licensed estheticians, but there are so many services out there now that can be add-on services that people can do without a license. So even when we do lashes, I make all of my girls get Nova Lash certified. I mean, I will not let them do a service that they are not knowledgeable and professional in doing. So definitely being certified is what is the way to go.
And I will also give a shout out to Emily, and is it Hope that does?
Yes,
she
Emily
does
and
lashes too.
Yes.
That was something that we had kind of talked about. And to be honest, when we talked about it for the lashes, it wasn't something that was top of mind for me. But I thought, I'll give it a try. If I don't like it, we take them off. Not a big deal. Katie, I was obsessed with my lashes.
Yes.
I can't believe how much of a difference it
It's
made.
kind of a morning game changer.
It
I mean,
is.
when you can wake up in the morning and your eyes are already done, you know, it's put on some tinted moisturizer or whatever you need to and go. So it
Yes.
definitely is a game changer. Vacations, all kinds of situations where it just makes life so much easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I could see it in pictures. Every
Yes.
time I
Yes.
just felt like my eyes just popped
Pop.
a little bit more. And Emily is a doll. I mean, I know
She
Hope is too. I've worked with her with my hair, but Emily and I, we spent a lot of time
Yes,
together.
yes.
Because it would take, you know, when I got my full, it was maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then when we would,
Each fill.
yes,
Yeah.
we spent so much
Yeah.
time together. I just adore her, and she's
Yes.
getting ready to have her second baby.
Yes, she
and
is.
she is so happy there. All the girls are so happy there. You do such a good job keeping it such a pleasant place to be.
Thank
And
you.
so if somebody were walking into Roots for the very first time, how do you think the customers are going to feel? Because it can be intimidating to switch hairstylists and
Yes.
salons or walk in for the first time.
Yes.
What is it going to be like for a new customer?
I think that one of the biggest things is, you know, when we bring in a new client, I think that it takes a team sometimes to be creative. You know, sometimes there's some, you know, butterflies and new feelings for the client. There's also sometimes that for the stylist when you're unsure of what they're going to ask for, what they're going to present to you. And again, going back to everyone pitches in, I think that's the biggest thing is that you don't just have one new stylist on your side. There are 9 of us that, you know, any questions that anyone has and concerns of what we should do, we always talk about it as a team. Whoever's there, we're formulating together, you know, we're discussing together, especially if something seems a little tricky or color correction or anything that's just a little bit extra, you know, we have a team behind you that you're never really alone. So I feel like as a new client coming in, you kind of have a team working on you, not just one person.
And you said something at the beginning of this interview about working with all women.
Yes.
It can
be
in some
tough.
situations.
Yes.
When I was a teacher, it's primarily women,
Mm-hmm.
and some women in their profession they don't like to share.
Right.
This is my whatever fill in the blank. This is my lesson plan. This is my client. I don't want to share. I don't
Yes.
need anybody's opinion. I can imagine that maybe it is like that at some places when you're getting your hair done, that you don't want to ask for some help. You don't want anybody else's opinion. But you guys are so good at working together and giving each other's, you know, accepting everybody's opinion.
Right.
To really give the client what they want.
Right.
Because I know for me, you know me, I'll walk in and I'll say, I don't know.
do whatever you want.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I've heard, you know, some of the girls will say, what about blonde? Have you thought about going darker? You know, because they're seeing it and then now you're seeing it. And together we're all coming up with the look that works for me.
Well, and the family feel that we have, I do believe that most of the time in this industry, it's very competitive and you are sort of working against each other. But at the end of the day, all of my seasoned stylists will pitch in and help anybody that's new. And honestly, we formulate together. I don't care if I've been there for 15 years and there's times where I'll look at someone and be like, what do you think about this? And they'll say, well, actually try this. You know, so even at my point of almost 20 years of doing hair, we bounce things off of each other all the time. We constantly formulate together. And so I feel like my seasoned stylists will turn around and look at my newer girls and say, what about trying this? Because at the end of the day, whatever that new stylist puts out the door has Roots' name on it. And each of them take that home with them personally, that they are Roots as well. And so they want every client to walk out the door with something they would say they could put their name on. And I think that's what makes a difference for even new stylists coming in. Like, you know, looking to the future of the salon, like I love, my first passion is doing hair behind the chair myself. But I also taught in cosmetology for a few years and I absolutely love teaching. And so every new stylist that comes in, I expect them to spend a certain amount of time with me behind the chair, watching me, working directly with me, putting my colors on for me as I stand there with them and teaching them. And a lot of my seasoned stylists will say, like, I'm not a teacher, I don't want to teach. But when I watch them, you know, in the moment, they are guiding and they are walking alongside the girls just like I do. And I just think that that's what creates the culture to grow and ultimately just put out good hair.
And that's what I think is really great about you is you are so willing to bring in brand new stylists and bring them under your wing and let Roots help them to become these amazing stylists. And now you have, how many did you say you have? 9?
There's 9 of us, counting myself. There's 9 of us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure anybody that's listening is thinking, okay, yeah, I'm sold. I have to get myself in the door. But we're going to make it a little extra special because you guys are celebrating your 15th anniversary.
Yes.
Which is a huge deal. And I can imagine it's a huge deal for this industry.
Yeah.
Like you said, it is very competitive. There are a lot of places you can go to get your hair done. But there is something about Roots that makes it so special, why people do continue to come back and you get new people constantly through the door. So let's entice people a little bit more.
Yes.
To celebrate 15 years, what could we do, Katie, to like reward new customers and just get that name out a little bit more?
So I would love to do for new clients and for our loyal clients, because we do have people who have been coming there for 15 years.
I would be one.
Yes. And so, sometimes it's like, oh, well, refer someone in and a new client, they get $10 off their first time in. But our loyal clients are there for us too. And honestly, that is what makes us go around. And so for new clients or for repeat clients that are coming back in, loyal clients who have been there 1 year or 15, if they come in and they say they saw this video with us and that they're celebrating our 15 with us, then they can get 15% off of one color service one time. So
and that's huge.
Yeah.
That is a really nice incentive for people. So new clients, I like that you're also honoring old clients.
Our loyal clients, yes.
That's great.
Yes.
15% off. Just let them know that you heard Katie and Katie talking. I mean, that's not going to be difficult to remember. The Katies chit-chatting about it. And hopefully we can get you some new customers in the door and obviously keep those remaining customers because you guys really are fantastic and do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Is there anything else about Roots that we haven't covered that you want to make sure that we talk about before we wrap up?
No, I mean, I just think right now I have an amazing team, and that's what's kept me here for 15 years. And I look to the future with the young girls that are coming on. I have some that are in beauty school right now that are learning as they go, and I can't wait to get them on the floor and see if we can do 15 more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Katie.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.